This is Phase Ed Music. love it when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Are you ready for the Crypto Live? I said, I can't hear you. I said, I can't hear you. Respect the production center. You gotta respect it. Yeah, you heard me laying down the law. You gotta lay down the law, especially if you're the man of the house. Women will walk all over you. I'm telling you right now, if you don't set your position. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and part of the live stream. Get this. All right. Shout out to everyone here on the live. We're going to get into what's going down. Nasty dippage in the cryptocurrency market. Are we going to 54K? Watch your alts. Everyone's worried. I got 1 million Tron. What do I do? So many people DMing me. What do I do? I just did a... Look at this guy. This guy's DMing me. What do I do with my perp position? Like, listen, I'll be honest. I'm not your mom. I'm not your mother. This stuff, this is how you irritate a hustler. Look at this. He's down $6,000 and he's asking me, he's not a patron. But what will help? Can you mention, what are my options? Should I stay and wait till 300 and be in profit or exit now? I don't know. Don't DM me asking me what to do with your money. I'm not going to ever tell you. You know what I answered him? I said, stop trading futures and get an education. That's exactly what I said. Now, I don't mean to be rude, and I love you, bro. I love you, whoever you are out there. But, man, don't ask me what to do with your money. I'm not a financial advisor, and I will not tell you what to do with your money. All right? It's not going to happen. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in and calling yourself crypto lifers. Let's get the lemon water popping. Let's get it going. Let's get the feelings moving. It's a beautiful day in cryptocurrency. Gala pumping. We got some other coins to watch. Don't let Bitcoin take your eye off the prize. We got NFT gaming flying. We got a lot up here to talk about. We got a lot to break down. So shout out to everyone here on the live stream. I love you, bro. I love you. I don't mean to be rude. But I do tough love. Tough love, man. Tough love. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. Worked out today. Feel beast mode. Feel good. And I'm only getting bigger. I'm going to get that back bigger. Get huskier. Like a silverback gorilla. Ready to rock it. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Let's get into Bitcoin and see what's happening. So, look. This is a cup and handle. Is it not? I don't know, you're like, damn, here he is with a cup and handle again. This guy is out of his mind, but it is. It's also something else. I want to show you some possible ideas here. But Bitcoin held this level very nicely at 59,000, 60K really. 60K battled and battled. We bounced off 60K. What do I like? What do I don't like? Well, the mic's a little too hot, number one, right? That's the first thing. Mic was a little hot. Back to where it needs to be there. There we go. Not sure why I get the double sounds now. I think I got it twice somewhere. Thank you so much for the chips in the jar. Appreciate you. Tori McFarland, lemon water is on me. Oh, how kind. People get stingy on the red days. It's funny. Everyone wants to know what's up. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. Let's take a look at the chat and see what's happening in the chat. What are y'all feeling? What's the sentiment of the day? Who got wrecked? Who got blasted? The Beast from Boston. Shout out to Rodney Robinson up in the spot. We don't hear double sounds, bro. Nice. Good morning, lifers. Going to school today. Lifer University. Let's go. Shout out to Brian Shrimp up in the spot. And let's do it. Look at that husky bit. Husky. Sorry, I get crazy. I just get crazy. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's get into it. Black Friday came early in cryptocurrency. Let's get into it. What do I see? Well, I got to get into a smaller time frame and break it down for you. Let's take a look at the 15-minute inverted head and shoulder there. Can that hold us down? Shoulder, head, shoulder, inverted head and shoulder. Do we see bullish divergence? Kind of have a swing up here. That's an uptrend. That's a severe downtrend. Sharp bullish divvy right there for sure. Okay. Can we break back up into the pattern? Measured move of the inverted head and shoulder would bring us back up here to 63,500. It's a little loud for me. Okay, so there's the measured move for Bitcoin. Up to $63,458. If it can break its way up out of this, so far it is above this support region here and bouncing. Has resistance right here at 61,500. So all eyes on that. If we can't break above 61,500, we are bearish. Okay? I said we were bearish. It's easy. You take trading very simply. Either you're above a support region or you're not. Okay? Look at this. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And then that's where if that's previous support, that will become new resistance. We got resistance there and done. I said we have to get above this. I'd like to get a candle close above 66,000. If we couldn't get that, we're bearish. Even if we got here, it doesn't matter. Even if we got to there, nothing matters. Now, a lot of people are telling us we have a double top for Bitcoin. Okay, we're going to go over the ideas. We're going to show you a few different scenarios for BTC. I'm also going to talk about how there is never a case where we usually blast through the all-time high for any coin at any point. We're also going to go back to 20K. We're going to show you what happened the last time we tried to break through 20K. We're going to break that down for you too so you can get an idea of what happens when we go through a significant all-time high. So just want you guys to rest assured we're going to break it down today. We're going to spend a little extra time on Bitcoin than we normally do. And you can understand why. So take a deep breath, sit back, relax. We're going to get through exactly the do's and don'ts, where we're going, what could be happening. And that's why I said do not trade an alt or Bitcoin until you watch this video. We're going to break down so many different scenarios. We're going to break down the weekly, the 1 hour. This is a clinic we are about to run on Bitcoin. So get ready. Get a notepad if you want. Record the screen if you have to, because you just might want to come back to this at another time. We're going to start with the 15-minute where the story begins. Okay, the story begins in the small time frames. That's a baby step. A baby is small. A baby lives for a few minutes. The baby is on the minute time frame. But eventually, as a man, you live on the daily and the weekly. And eventually, when you're an old man, you live on the monthly, right? You become so old. You've seen so many months. So look at life like this. So we start our life cycle here with Bitcoin today on the 15-minute chart, okay? Momentum is up to the upside. We haven't crossed the line yet. 15-minute could spurt and we could break back up here. All eyes if the 15-minute can break to the upside. So we're looking at this. And unlikely, we are high, but I'm getting a flip here, and I'm going by the pattern. Inverted head and shoulder. Can you break us to the upside? So we're watching that closely. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Really sad. This is one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Because, you know, why? And people say, why did he say that? Well, because my whole system is based on a key concept. And it's based on how the price moves with the stochastics RSI. And we dropped and dropped and dropped. And you can see this is the worst thing that you can see. It's the best thing you can see in the opposite, but it's really the worst thing you can see when the stochastics RSI go to the upside, but the price goes to the downside. It's usually a bearish sign. You see what I'm saying? Because we needed the... Look at all the other times that the stochastic... And you can point this out. Look, stochastics was low. We went up. We got a nice push. We came down. We went up again. We got a nice push. And even if we didn't get a nice push, we at least got a push, a push, a push. This will be one of the first times that the stochastics did reset, and we got a push, but it was very small. We didn't even break above that high that we need to get above. We're below moving averages now on the 1 hour. We got to fight through those as resistance. Some bearishness right now. We're kind of in one of these here when we were below the 21. Once you get below the 21, we got to fight through these pains. The only good thing here is it is a cup and handle. It's clearly a cup and handle. But we got to get through the 1 hour now, and the 1 hour could dump on us pretty nastily. So, the good thing is the 1 hour was a falling wedge that broke to the upside, right? So we did break up here, but we're kind of sideways now. So, and we're overbought on the 15-minute, even though they said there could be that push-up. So, basically, all eyes on that inverted 15-minute. And honestly, if we can't get above 61,500 in the next few hours, we're in trouble. We're in trouble for some more downside. Definitely, because it is what it is. The momentum's not there. And if the momentum's not going to come from the upside, it means the bears are going to be able to pull us down. So let's take a look at the measured move for the bears. If they win this battle, we break back into the pattern and then dump again. And we're looking at about $56,000 for Bitcoin. Okay? $56,000 Bitcoin. We'll take a look at the 4 hour. Only good thing about the 4 hour is we finally got oversold. Okay? We came down, and look, I mean, and I heeded caution. Remember, when the 4 hour is high, that's it. That's it. Look, every time, back tested. It's pretty obvious. Look at this. Stochastics on the 4 hour. Sorry, I don't know how that happened. So much, actually. Stochastics on the 4 hour are high right here. What happened? Price would dump on you. Stochastics were high on the 4 hour. Price would dump on you. High on the 4 hour. Price would dump on you. High on the 4 hour. Price would dump on you. And high on the 4 hour, what happened? Price would what? Dump on you. So you can clearly see the 4 hour is a strong, strong trade. Even yesterday when I traded a bullish trade, you hear me say, hey, the 4 hour is high. I'm just trying to scalp this 1 hour. And we got it. Look, we got the trade. This is the trade I went after yesterday, was right here. Low, I said the 1 hour is low. Said I'm going to have to long this. The 1 hour was low. Or I guess maybe in the morning it ended, and bam. And we hit the measured move, which is just the length of the pole. Bam. You see that? And then we went sideways again. And I said, no good, because we're forming a flag. And I told everyone, watch the flag when we're high. I said, if we stay in the flag and we get down here on the stochastics, we're bullish. I said, if we don't, then it's highly likely we dump. And so I have a beautiful way so I wouldn't get into trade once we started, because look, I only get into trades when we're low on the stochastics. Low on the stochastics, right? That's the only time. Look, we traded this bullish divergence. Bam. Remember? If you guys remember, this was a falling wedge. We nailed it. 68% of the time with the bullish divergence. We hit the breakout with the low stochastics. Bam. Then we flagged out. We hit the breakout with the low stochastics. Then I do the same thing over and over again. Check it out. It's pretty awesome. Every time I get a spurt up on the 1 hour, once I get a spurt up, I begin to be like, all right, we're going to probably make a bit of a flag or something here. And then we're going to break to the upside. And then I, hit my replay button, see how it flows. Bam. And once I go down, once I go down, trade's over. So the first trade is to the upside here. Once we get up here, this is the flag. I would have fixed the flag and then only got in when it's low. Played the measured move, which was a smaller flag here. You hit your measured move on the 1 hour, you get out there, or if you got lucky enough to hang out, I probably wouldn't have, but there. And then when you're high, you get out, right? You only get in when you're low again. And the second we get high, the second we hit that high level, so you probably don't understand, but if you become one of my students, it's like a foolproof way of either how to get into a trade that's highly likely to play out, or how to avoid a trade that's probably going to dump on you, right? And like we didn't make these trades. Why? Because we were high on the 1 hour, and I don't enter high on the 1 hour trades. You see what I'm saying? I have to be low on the stochastic, so I can't get in. It's just a rule I made for myself. So if it's not low, I don't get into the trade, right? So I was waiting for this to keep doing its thing, hit my alert on the low, which I had, and then I would enter. Now it dumped completely out of the pattern. Horrible, right? So bam. So I still got the cup and handle drawn. We'll get back to that in a second. We're going to look at some really significant support and resistance lines now on the weekly time frame. The bigger the time frame, the better. You want to really take a look at what's happening. And that's a bearish engulfing candle. All right. Some say it's a double top. It is. It could be. It could be. Anything is possible. However, look at the 2-week chart. It's got momentum. A lot of momentum. And look at the last time the 2-week was here. That was a beautiful bull run. And we're not done yet with the 2-week. It's just getting a bullish cross. So people got to respect that idea, right? However, we do have, look, falling volume with rising price tells us we will have a pullback. I'm telling you, like it's showing you. But the monthly too wants to rip. 3-month, you got nothing. Monthly wants to rip to the upside. Look at the last time the monthly wanted to rip. Bam. So, looking at the biggest time frames you can, the 2-week, the monthly looks pretty good to me. The 3-day was high. It has to come on down. But soon the 3-day is going to be ready to rock again. So that 3-day, that also, I remember seeing the 3-day was high. And look, I mean, this is a beautiful thing. Like, 3-day was high, we came down. 3-day was high, we came up a little bit, where eventually we kind of come. But look, it's going to touch that one and we're done. So look, 56K is literally the low I see happen. Like that, I don't see us getting any lower than that. Maybe a little lower to this support. So really, these are the strong regions of support and resistance here. So we got strong support right here on the weekly time frame. Let's take a look here. So there's our top, basically 69K. Of course, 69, right? $69,000. All right. Here's a channel we're in. Rising wedge. 68% chance of a break to the downside. Possible. It will stay in the pattern until it doesn't. That's just how I am as a trader. So up, down, up, come on down. Never really goes straight down, usually kind of sideways. So we're looking at this support region here, 58,000. Remember, this is the 3-day chart. Very strong chart. So there's strong support on the 3-day at 57,008. So let's look at the levels to watch here for Bitcoin. And see, I told you we're going to look at multiple things. Probably going to blow your mind. If you're a newbie, you're like, but how did he draw a cup and handle on the 4-hour? But now he's drawing a rising wedge on this, and now he's doing that. And I understand. But bear with us. Eventually, you're going to get up to caliber, get up to speed. But I can't downplay what we do here, right? So 69,200. I think it was 69. These aren't perfectly on line on the dot, but they'll get you there. 58,400 was our bottom bounce right there the last few days, right? We wicked pretty close to it here. We worked very close, bit of almost a double bottom on the 3-day. But that's a strong level to watch at 58K. And then it's 55,000, okay? And then really the level of last resort before more of a major drop is 49,000. And then there's like a little hammock catch here at 45, and then we're looking at 40,009. And then, at 29, and then, the rest is history, and it's a bear market, right? So are we in a bear market? Do I believe so? Based off the 2-week chart, which is a pretty strong chart, suggests that we still have momentum. The next 2 weeks, this will only see what happens in the next 2 weeks. It won't really care about the minutia of the daily in and out. So the 2-week chart suggests that we keep it rocking. It also has swing up to swing up. Right? It had swing down to swing down, tell you that the trend will continue to the upside. One thing I do see, though, there is bearish divvy. Swing up to swing up. So far, it could be unconfirmed if we come up again. But there's a bit of bearish divergence there. So, there's a chance that we did top and we go all the way to 10K. Like, there's a possibility. I hate to say that. And I know people don't like hearing that and they get really pissed. But I'm just being dead honest. This is just what it is. You have to admit to yourself that the market maker could do anything at any time. And you never know. You take what you can get. You're not a market maker. I'm not a billionaire. I have to admit that I can't move the market the way they can. I am a soldier fighting a tank. You know what I'm saying? I know how to get in and get out. So check it out. Nothing but a flag here on the 4-hour time frame. Nothing but a flag. Ain't nothing really. Ain't nothing at all. It's too much for me right there. Okay. All right, so check it out. So Bitcoin. We took a look at that weekly big boy chart, right? And I gave you the levels these are the levels to watch, really. This is it. We stay above 58,000. We have nothing to worry about. Literally nothing, okay? One thing I do have to point out is usually before our next rally, we're going to have to come back to the 618 and touch possibly the golden pocket. So I'm going to take this impulse here to the rally we had, and you can see that's going to be the golden pocket's going to sit us at $49,000. Another thing is this usually makes a falling wedge, and I pray I'm wrong, but the sad thing is my system is usually right, and this is what it says, that the price will have to come play with the 21 moving average. All right. I was hoping we were going to push more up yesterday, and then when this happened, we would come down and bounce off 60K. However, now the low could be 52, anywhere in these regions here, and possibly to the 618 golden pocket or the 706, the 48,000. So we could see a nice pullback. The beautiful thing about this pullback, if we get a pullback like this, to me, it says one of two things. One, yes, we could be entering a bear market. Okay, that's a possibility. You have to know that. You have to believe. Do I believe that? I'm more stretched to the idea that it's not, but I don't know. I keep myself open-minded. Every single time I tell myself, I know we're going to go somewhere. Oh, no, Michael Saylor's buying it. Oh, no, the banks. Oh, no, it's different this time. The market is always right, and I end up being wrong. So I'd rather tell myself, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. I don't. I do believe in the next 10 years it'll be well over $1 million, like $5 million. Like, it's going to continue to appreciate in the long run. So I do, and I don't say I know. I mean, I guess I say I know, but like in my mind, that's what I believe. Whether you believe that or not, it's up to you. You know, I went all in a long time ago and it's paid off. So I really don't. I've already kind of won my battle with Bitcoin. I don't really need to point it out anymore. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not working for someone else anymore, so it's pretty obvious that I won my battle. But at the same time, right? I understand that it's an unpredictable market, and they'll manipulate it the best they can, and the whales will do whatever they have to do. So I want you to understand that too. And this is a long haul. Anyone that's been in Bitcoin for 4 years is up. Remember that. There's a very small amount of people who bought these top areas here and that are down. The majority of anyone who's ever been in Bitcoin, which is from here all the way up to these moments, anyone who ever bought Bitcoin in these zones is up on their purchase in BTC. So, yeah. And honestly, even if you're down, if you bought some Bitcoin at 68,000, you own Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now, it's better than owning anything else in the world. Like, you have one of the greatest assets in your possession now. Be happy. Don't worry about the minutia of the US dollar value, because that is really a manipulated number that doesn't really exist. Know that you have the scarcest asset in the world that most people would wish they had a piece of. Most people don't have the BALZs to buy not 0.01 of it. The majority of the world is afraid to buy a piece of Bitcoin. They just don't have the gall. They're like, oh, but I want it, but it's they don't want to. It's like they know they need it, but they don't want to help themselves, Not financial advice. Do whatever makes you happy. I did what made me happy. I did my research, though, and I researched currency throughout the world. Gold, silver, all the different currencies that have ever been made have failed. That's why it's called currency. It's only current. When the water go by you, they call it the current of the water, because you see it and then it's gone. Poof, it's the current, right? It's only there for so long. And I made that up, but I think it's real, and it makes sense. It makes sense to me, so it probably makes sense to you. So that's why they call it currency. Okay? Bitcoin is not currency. Okay? This is a bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. You can put both these weekly candles. It's so crazy. In one day, we could eat through what we did in 2 weeks of that's what's so depressing about Bitcoin sometimes. Look, you go up for 2 weeks, it eats it away in 1 week. Less than a week, really. I mean, this candle closes in 5 days. And in 2 days, it ate through the gains we made in basically almost 3 weeks. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It hurts, when you're building a portfolio. It's not easy, and I understand that. King Bitcoin, always playing games, right? So look, the daily, extremely oversold again. Got oversold. We got a little pump. It turned on us halfway through. It gave us nothing, and we got demolished. We hit, that all-time high, and that was it. Let's go back to the last 2 times, okay? We hit an all-time high, all right? And let's go over what happened, all right? So we can kind of all feel a little more comfortable of what's happening now. So look, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of 15,000. Oh, not 15, right? It previous hit its all-time high here, right? Let's see, right here. Here was its all-time high, 19,873, right there. See this wick right there? So here it is. So Bitcoin hits a beautiful high, comes down, has a bear market, does its thing, right? Rips up to the next all-time high, which where we are right now, we ripped up to the previous all-time high. You could say that last movement that we've had, kind of the last 6 months, we had a mini bear market. We really did. All throughout the summer, it was crazy. It wasn't easy. Like, we toughed it out, and there was a lot of money to be made because the prices were so low. And if you stuck through it, you really, really got paid. Like, even after all this carnage, it really doesn't bother you none. Like, we're still at 60K. I mean, we're playing in the 60s, which is like such a privilege. So anyway, we hit the previous high, or we get very close to it. We don't almost hit it. We get very close, okay, to 19,005. And let's take a look what happens. I mean, we take a nasty pullback. Nasty. A 15% pullback for Bitcoin, all right? Then we pump up to the all-time high again. And what happens? We take a nasty pullback. On the daily, remember, too. So I just want to see the percentages of these pullbacks. So 13% and 16% pullbacks for Bitcoin, right? And 2 times in a row before it could fly. And then once it went through hard. And it gained a nice, let's see. From the surge, it gained a 21% gain. So if we did that, 69,000, right? That's 70K. 1/5 of that is about 5, and then 7, 2 to 5 is 14, right? So $14,000 move for BTC from 69 to 84K, which would be a boom, right? So let's take a look at where we're at now. Again, look, we hit an all-time high here at 42K. Amazing. We came down. We came to try to hit it again. And what would happen? We would dump. What would happen here? All-time high, we would hit a low. 22%, right? Then we would try to get to the all-time high, not hit it again, and bounce again. 27%. Before we would then surge past that all-time high and rip. So, as you can see, Bitcoin doesn't, and no coin does it. It's very rare for a coin to blast through its all-time highs, right? So then, look, it hits a new all-time high here. And now let's reassess the situation as if we looked at it before, with an okay, just kind of a more open-minded idea. So look, we hit the all-time high, retracement of how much? 13%, right? And then here we have another one, and so far, 14. It could go 20. Remember, 22. That's putting us back in that $52,000 region, like somewhere in this area. So it won't be uncanny. It won't be insane. It won't be like, oh, it's never happened. It won't be the most ridiculous thing we've ever seen. All right. Now, it is scary. It hurts. It's emotional. People get emotional. And the selling just continues and people get scared. I get it. But these are paper-handed people. Okay. Now, one thing I do want to show you, though, is to me, this is a bear flag. And bear flags, this shows me that it does want to kind of break to the downside. And why is that? Well, I'll flip it upside down. And I do my whole upside down theory, right? And that looks somewhat bullish to me if it was upside down. And so we look at this. We take your measured move of your pole. And that would be my measured move, And you see that we got to support, just push it there a little bit, 55K. So there's your measured move down, $55,000, right? So that's sitting on the table right now. And bear flag, we're high on the stochastic, okay? Good thing is the RSI has reset, remember? So we were high on the RSI, we've reset on the RSI. Could we double top up out of here? Then come down, bounce, right? These are possibilities, so I'm watching it. But I don't touch BTC until I get the oversold 1 hour. So my alert's on the 1 hour down here. And I watch this now, and I keep all eyes on this. Indecisive, I don't trade alts, I don't go crazy right now. I watch the market. Sometimes the best trade is not to trade at all, just to kind of chill. What I would do is buy into things that I've been watching for a long time. Things that I think are viable, right? If you've been looking at a project that you really, really like, you take a little nibble out of it. Wow, IOST back to 4 or 5. Like, I can't believe it's so crazy. We hit a high here on September 15th. Hodling is a dirty game, I'll be honest. I've been hodling IOST. The more I hodl, the less I want to do it. I'll be dead honest with everybody here. Or the less I only want to do it with really specific projects. Like, I've been hodling this one since August of 2020. Okay? I got in at a half a penny. At its height, it went to 9. I was up almost a 20x, right? An 18x. Did great. Turned about 2 G's into $36,000, right? Amazing, right? But my greedy face stayed in the game. And then boom, right? We came back. We had it again. Boom. I mean, if we have the blow off top, and if the market hits where it's supposed to go, yes, I will end up making, turning the 2 G's into almost 26x, so into $52,000, right? That's the hope, okay? But is it going to happen? I mean, Cup and Handle says yes. The daily time frame says we're ready to rock. The analysis says we're ready to go. IOST. But think of the patience that it's taken me. When I eventually do make the 50 grand, I mean, it'll be earned. It'll have taken almost a year and a half, okay? Maybe more. We don't know. Maybe 2 years, right? And then maybe I leave a moonbag in there too. You never know. But I will sell when I feel the market is extended. Right now, we're kind of in the middle. I'm in the middle. I'm watching key areas, okay? I'm watching key areas. And it's not easy. Everyone has a different plan. No one's going to have the same plan as you because no one's going to own the same coins you have. You see what I'm saying? And so, again, we go to what's cracking today. And look, ETH down, XRP down, all the down tokens taking a beat down, pumping to the upside, all the tokens. Wing BTC up, though, 26%. And again, we go to CoinMarketCap and take a look at what you see and see if there's anything standing strong that's not dead in the water yet. All right. Bitcoin down 5%, right? Ethereum down 7%. BNB down 8%. Tether, Solana even down 6%. But look, perfect time to snatch Solana. Like, not financial advice, but in my humble opinion, like, you know, XRP at $1.10. DOT with the parachains. Like, you think that's stopping just because, you know, there's so much going on out here, regardless of the market. It's sad, though. Bitcoin runs every single trade. No matter what, Bitcoin will take down every trade you have. If you have 5 trades open, it'll basically take every trade down, except for one Gala hitting them. But we take the 24-hour and we see what is up. Wax P still moving with the, you know, Hot Wheels Jay Leno news. People don't care. They want that stuff. You know, up 56% in 7 days, up 8.4% in the last 24 hours, right? Eunice said, Leo, this is up. The Sandbox back to 3. People don't care. IOTX just continued to move, held it strong. IOTA, but really not a lot high in the game. HNT we know was a great pickup. XTC had been consolidating for a long time, was ready to blast. You can see it's only down a little bit. Cadena, a coin that everybody loves, everybody wanted just a week ago, was the hottest thing in the game. See what I'm saying? So next thing you know, the market recovers and you don't take advantage of the situation. So that's and I've seen it happen to so many newbies. So you got to have conviction, but it's not easy because you know what happens? People think, oh, we're in a bear market. They get told that so much, they believe it. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't tell myself we're in a bear market. I don't tell myself we're in a bull market. I tell myself to keep my cool and watch certain levels. And if we get to certain places, then I'll have to make, I have levels where I'm like, all right, if we get here, then I'm going to have to reassess my plan and I might have to bail on certain things. So that's kind of, you know, that's kind of the idea. Okay. Another thing you could do here, look, I mean, so look, I'm looking, I do so many different, I have so many different ideas, right? Here's the first idea that's possible. And I'm ready for it. And as each level doesn't happen, then I can be like, all right, so it's like a game of war. You take, okay, if the army cuts us off on this strength, I'm going to come from the back and attack, right? But what if they don't and they come from another side? Be like, well, then I'm going to move 2 of my legions here and use the secondary legion to back them, you know? And if they come face on, then I'm going to spread out. And like, you have to have 3 different scenarios. The lieutenant, the colonel, the general that won the war was the one that had more ideas planted than the other general. So when they went back and forth, just a game, it's exactly like a game of chess. To me, this is very chess-like. Trading is very chess-like. You need to have multiple ideas in order to bop and weave. You can't just be like, oh, it's going to be like this and that's it. It doesn't work like that. The person that does that wants hopes and dreams for things to be perfect. And you know what? That's the guy that usually gets banged out, right? So look, even on the daily time frame here, we see bearish divergence. You see swing up to swing up. You see swing down to swing down, telling you that the trend, you know, is going to slow you down a little bit. Okay. So you have bearish divvy right there. Okay. As simple as that. You can even pull a Fibonacci here from this impulse. If we came to the 618 at 51,000, you got to understand that there will be nothing wrong with that. That'll also coincide with the previous resistance point. We would bounce off that support, create a beautiful bottom, right? I've seen these things happen before, so why would it not happen again just because it's Bitcoin? All right. To me, we were kind of forming this and we fell out of the pattern. Okay. Now it could do a bearish retest. It'll try to get back in the pattern. If it doesn't, it'll take a nasty dump. So are you looking for this bearish retest? That's a possibility. Okay. And I keep my patrons updated about all these different scenarios. And as the line changes, I don't let them know about every single, you watch this on live, but you don't have to know about every single one. I have them all set up. As they each change, I add more to the forecast, add more to the understanding of what's happening. They're like, all right, well, we broke this level. Now we look at the next level to watch. Nobody knows exactly where Bitcoin's going to go. Anyone that claims that is a liar. You know what I'm saying? All we do is figure out. And that's why when people are successful at trading, it's pretty amazing. People are like, how? And it's because it's consistency. If you do the same thing over and over again, you'll create an edge. It's really, people don't understand it's that simple. Like as complex as trading is, if you just show up every single day and do the same things over and over again, you'll be able to get an edge on the market. There's really no other way around it, honestly. You can jump in and out, pay a signals group, buy this and that, try to make it work. But at the end of the day, like, if you want to be the best at it, if you want to be the most successful at it, you're going to have to do it all the time. And honestly, I'd rather do this than anything else, because there's so much more going on in the market. And there's so many different ways. Once we've established a trend and we see what's going on, we'll be able to make money any different way, no matter what. So always have a stop loss and protect that purse, because you need that purse at the end of the day. That's the most important thing. Not the coin, not the love. Oh, I need these, Cardano, whatever it is. Deep breaths, right? I'm also not paper-handed. Like, it takes a lot for me to sell a position. Like, I got to see key levels break. Like, for me to really start loading off positions, I have to see 39,000 really start to break here. I'll be watching this level very closely, 48K. So 48K, 44,000. We start breaking these levels, I'll start believing we're in a bit of a bear market. Until then, just an easy correction. We went up nicely for a long time, right? The dailies just has to find its way. And so these are a couple ideas for Bitcoin, right? So I'm watching it for the rest of the day. Again, how do we figure out what to do? Remember, we started with the 15-minute of the inverted head and shoulder. Remember how I said it all starts with one small move, and then we look at the rest of the ideas here. So we're looking at this inverted head and shoulder for Bitcoin. Can it hold? Can it break to the upside? This is how we can eventually dig our way out. There is a strong bullish divergence right now, which we've pointed out. Swing down to swing down. It's horribly extended. They were just disgusting with how they nailed that one. Just completely nailed it. Also, the funding rate was high. A lot of people had high funding rates, Bitcoin holds above 66K. Oh, no. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's average funding rate on the cost of holding positions in the perpetual futures is listed on major exchanges, including Binance, and has risen to 0.06, the highest at least in 6 months, according to data provided by Bybit on October 21st. I mean, So you go to Crypto Quant for the funding, right? So the funding rate are periodic payments to long or short traders based on the differences between the perpetual contract market and the spot price. Funding rates make the perpetual futures contract price close to the index price. All cryptocurrency derivative exchanges use funding rates for perpetual contracts. Funding rates in the given period in exchange. The standard unit is a percentage. And so when the high funding rates are for the longs, then there's way too many people leveraged, and they're going to come take the money. Every time we've seen a dip now in Bitcoin, we've seen high. We've seen high funding rates on the future side. And so when you see the high funding rates, it tells you there may be an issue for Bitcoin. So all eyes on this idea here. Can Bitcoin bounce out of the inverted head and shoulder on the bottom of this kind of slanted pattern here? And so there you have it. Can we form a flag here and continue on our way? You never know. This is also a possibility. See, I'm open-minded. Anything is possible. But I'll be able to figure out if certain levels break, what is more probable. Okay? And that's exactly what trading is. So there's Bitcoin in a nutshell. I wouldn't trade an altcoin or do a thing until you've watched this video, understood it, looked at some of the fib levels, understood what I broke down and what I was talking about. All right. And yeah. Remember, the daily's getting oversold, but remember, that's also a momentumous period when you cross these dotted lines. And a lot of movement can go to the upside. A lot of movement on price can go to the downside. So even though we are getting extended, remember, that is where a lot of dumpage can occur, especially below the dotted line. So we're not out of the woods just as we're getting there. We need to see the double bottom and start to see the move up. Then we can kind of start to kind of relax a little bit more and be like, all right, you know. And remember, I did say, remember the dollar looked like it was going to pump, and we went over that yesterday, and I said, damn, the dollar is looking strong. And I said, but eventually we're going to take a dip on the dollar. Let's take a look at the dollar index. And look, it pumped. I mean, sad to say, and we go to a smaller time frame. Look, I said, look at this. This is crazy. So we kind of predicted this move because if you watched me yesterday and put 2 and 2 together, know when the dollar pumps, Bitcoin dumps. And I made this flag and said, wow, this is bullish. I said, we're low on the 1 hour, and this looks like we can pump to the upside. Look what happened. The dollar did pump to the upside, and that hurt the Bitcoin bad. When the dollar pumps, it's not good for Bitcoin, right? So then you want to look at the bigger time frames for the dollar, and the dollar's getting extended on the daily. There's about to be a reversal. It took what it could, though. It stabbed Bitcoin in the back as bad as it could, but then boom. I mean, they're going to keep coming out with inflation, printing. I don't know how the dollar pumps in the midst of everything, but that wasn't good for BTC. But hopefully we get a break to the downside, and we don't get that retest. We just get a breakdown and then a continuation. But the daily's overbought for the dollar. We should start seeing some signs of a slowdown. Little bit of bearish divergence too for the dollar if we look at it here, because we have a sharp swing to the upside on the swing to the swing, but this is not the same here on the RSI. Tells us that we will have a bit of a pullback. So bearish divvy and oversold, and we're far away from the 21-day moving average. That's when I tell you to take, that's when I teach to take profits to my students. It's a really good place to take profits because if you go back in the past, it's happened every time that we've come back to the 21. So we will come back to that 21-day moving average. The dollar will have to either go sideways or form a flag or a falling wedge and come to the downside, right? So there's the dollar index, okay? And remember, overbought, and we're going to dump. That should get us out of the hole for BTC. So remember that. Remember that. The inverse relationship between Bitcoin and the dollar. Put them next to each other on a chart using the dual chart right here, number 2, and you'll see Bitcoin and the dollar battle back and forth. And every time the dollar has a nice pump to the upside, look, Bitcoin will have a nasty dump to the downside. Especially put them on the same time frame. Like we'll put Bitcoin on the daily and the dollar on the daily. And like, look at Bitcoin's beautiful pump to the upside here. Boom. The one thing is when they dip, the other one usually gets a little more, like look at how high of a pump for the less of the dip. Look how less of the dip for how high of the pump. So Bitcoin usually takes more of a pump when the dollar dumps. And dollar pumps hard when Bitcoin dumps a little bit. Interesting, right? Can this be the end of the carnage though? Another interesting thing, honestly, I'm open-minded again, and when I sit with a chart for a while, I start seeing things that I didn't think before. Could this just be the same exact pennant, and we broke out of it, we broke back into it, and we could coil up and continue to the upside, and nothing has changed, and we're ready to rock again on the daily, and we don't break 60K, and like the run just continues to the upside, and we go all the way to 80. This is the most bullish scenario for everything. Remember, the daily and the 4 hour are getting low, right? So I painted you a bullish scenario. I painted you a bearish scenario. Both are valid. All eyes really on 57K. We break 57K, then we can talk about doing any, you know, what's next. Really, or 58K. Let's go to 58,500 and call it a day, all right, for BTC. So I'm not going to really spend much more time on Bitcoin. It's this, will a 15-minute inverse head and shoulder break to the upside? That's the last question you need to ask yourself. From there, we can build bullish scenarios. After that, you know, if we don't, it starts to break down. Then I showed you the bear pennant that could have the, you know, the measured move down. So we don't break through the inverse head and shoulder, we have a bit of an issue. So really, there's nothing else to talk about for Bitcoin because either it's like a car that's like, you know, you're pushing it. Either we're going to get it out of the mud or we're not. So right now, the invert head and shoulder is Bitcoin getting pushed out of the mud. If it can get pushed out of the mud and break it through, all good, all gravy. We can start to make some headway. If not, it's going to stay in this bear pennant and probably break down all the way to the measured move at $55,000. So there you go. That's your Bitcoin assessment. I think we did pretty well. I'm happy with it. It takes me a while. I'm a very demanding guy. I'm a trader just like you, and I'm an analyst. So I have a dual personality split, right? So I'm like, when I watch myself online, I'm literally trying to find out what I'm saying too. I'm like, hey, Lifer, give it to me straight. I'm super excited with what Lifer just did. I'm Sam and Lifer at the same time. Lifer, appreciate you, man. Hey, man, you're welcome. Thanks a lot, Lifer. Anytime. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. And here are levels to watch for Bitcoin, okay? Levels to watch for Bitcoin. Nothing's guaranteed here. You see what I'm saying? I'm just building different ideas. What I like about the daily is we're touching the 21-day moving average. And usually that means we're ready to rock. Or, I mean, we could go a little lower, like something like that. But, you know, it's a pretty good sign. Shout out to everyone here on the live. There's a $20 super chat. I can't wait to read it. I see it in the corner of my eye. I just want to send this out to the patrons so they can see what's going down. But let me... Shout out to everyone in the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. And shout out to all the amazing people that have reached out to me. I just appreciate it. And you're all amazing. And you know what? You put yourself out there and then you resonate to others. And when others come back and resonate back, it's the best feeling in the world because you're like, you know, I vibrated to my tune, right? You know, you found your tune, whatever you hit thing. You sent out your frequency and other people responded. And that's another reason why I always tell someone to have your own job, have your own business, because your boss is sending out his frequency over everyone else, and he's doing what he wants. And you know what? It's good. Like, I worked at other places for a long time. I observed, you know, whenever I did work places, I observed the CEO. I observed the owner of the company. And whenever the company parties were at, I would always find my way to have a conversation with the owner of the company. And somehow it would get into, like, how did you start it? And, like, how do you feel now? And, like, the last company, and because I freelanced, I would go from company to company. I was a TV show editor. Like, I edited TV shows for the last 10 years. So, like, I would move from different company to different company. For instance, I used to work for the company that did all the stuff for Anthony Bourdain. They did all of his shows. They're called not Ground Zero. No. How could I forget this? I worked there for like months back. I don't want to remember these times. But they, I'll remember their name. But they were on 26th Street and like 6th Avenue in New York City. And I went there every day. It was like only a 15-minute commute from my house because I took the Long Island Railroad. It was awesome. I worked like 2 blocks from Penn Station. And I would eat at Penn Station all the time. And they had a really good vegan spot that I would eat at all the time, you know. So these are levels to watch for Bitcoin. No one cares. But you know, it's a bearish day, right? It's not as fun as all the other amazing days. We have to be honest, right? But let's get into the super chats. Let's get into what you guys are saying, and let's have some fun. There's still some coins popping. We're going to look at Gala. We're going to take a look at my CBC and Dreams. CMDZ doing their thing regardless of Bitcoin. There you go. Have a blessed day. All time for me to go make some pizza with the kiddos. Shout out to DJ Flexa. No fear. Watch that DXY. Yeah. Hey, Lifer, so grateful for your response yesterday to our presentation. We are ready to rock your social media. Video editors became rock stars in the YouTube era. I just have recently just hired a manager to take complete control over social media, movement, all that stuff. So he'll assess everything, and then he'll be the dude to make that judgment. So I appreciate it. Thank you for all your info. You are an amazing teacher. I am so grateful. Shout out to Joe. Appreciate you, Joe. Thank you so much for jumping on into the live. Hey, Sam, Cup and Handle, Sammy Cup and Handy. Can you take a look at DeFi Plaza, DeFi-P2, cheapest DEX on Ethereum, 50 to 60% lowest fees listed on CoinMarket today? You know, it's funny. Someone asked me about that recently. I think they've contacted me about a promotional, actually. See you tomorrow at noon, Lifer. Can't wait to see you and the fam. Shout out to Muser. Thank you, man. Come on in. Jordan Cazillo. Hey, Sam, can you check out Chainlink when you have a chance? Hope you have an awesome day. Land on Fleek, my dude. Tony Rubin up in the spot sick. I would like to check out BMBX again. Found a short video about it here. And I loved learning about Bitcoin just now. Love seeing the chart. How do you long or short Bitcoin? What does that mean? Okay, so check it out. That's a great question in a day like today. Grace, I also asked her to do that, so I remember you, Grace. How to long or short Bitcoin, okay? What does longing or shorting mean? What does that mean? Well, the cool thing about a chart, we'll look at the BUSD KuCoin chart. I don't think I've drawn on every other exchange's chart because I have so many different ones. Oh, there is one. There's my cup and handle. And honestly, there's nothing really different. This cup and handle could actually still be valid. Look at that, like a little bit of a bugle, but so here, what is shorting? Shorting is when you know that the price is going to go down. So what you do is you can, on a lot of exchanges, right? On a regular exchange that we trade on, like KuCoin and stuff, you have to use perpetual swaps, derivatives, which is leverage trading, which I highly kind of, I want people to learn how to spot trade for up to 2 to 3 years before they begin to leverage trade. I don't want to say you can't leverage trade. I just suggest that it's something that it takes a lot of time. For instance, like I made a good amount researching coins that I really liked and going after things that I thought were strong. And because of that, I felt like I would have wasted a lot of time on futures. I did trade futures. In 36 hours, I turned $100 into $700, and a lot of people want to trade futures because they use a small amount of money. This would be a whole longer idea, but in futures, you can buy, right? You have a buy button, and you also have a sell short, and it says sell short button. And so what you do, when you short a market, this is what you're doing. You are buying, okay? You're basically borrowing shares you don't have, okay? At a lower price. So you're basically saying, I would like, basically, right, to buy Bitcoin, okay, at 56K. All right, but I want to sell it right now at 60K. So what you're telling the market is, let me sell Bitcoin at 60,000 right now, okay, and then when it goes down to 56K. Or, whatever, 50K, right? Let's just say I'm going to buy it back, and then I'm going to pay you back, okay, the shares. And because I bought it at 56, right, I'm going to be able to keep the difference, or 58, I'm going to be able to keep the difference between the high at 69. So it goes to 69, you short it, right? You're telling the market, I know it's going to go down, so I'm going to sell you Bitcoin right now at 69,000, knowing that I can buy it back at 60,000, right? All right. So I'm going to sell you basically. So basically you borrow, this is what you do. You borrow from the exchange and they give you Bitcoin and you sell it. But now you owe Bitcoin back to the exchange. So say you sell 2 Bitcoins at $69,000. Now you're going to owe 2 Bitcoins back. The problem was this, and this is what they call a short squeeze. So these shorters, they'll do this, right? So they'll all owe a bunch of Bitcoin back to the man, right? They'll owe their position back, whatever it is. If they buy 2 Bitcoins, they owe 120 grand. And these guys some of these dudes doing millions of dollars. Millions. A lot of them are whales. So they'll be up in here, and then what'll happen is Bitcoin will dip a little bit. They'll add to the position, thinking they're smart, like this. Then it will reverse hard. And they'll all get really scared because once they get here, they're like, oh my God, like every time it goes up, they're going to have to pay more because once they make the sell, that's the number they can grab the Bitcoin to pay back. So once it keeps going up, now not only have to pay back the Bitcoin, but now they have to even use more of their own money. And now they're going into debt, into debt, into debt, into debt. And that's what a short squeeze is. And they all have stop losses here just in case. All right, if it hits this level, I'll get out of the trade. I'll get out of the trade. I'll get out of the trade. And when Bitcoin rips up, it hits all these stop losses. And they have to buy Bitcoin back to save their butt. So they all start buying. The people shorting the market become the ones that are buying into the market, and they create the frenzy to the upside. That's what a short squeeze is. So when everyone's like, oh, there's a short squeeze in Bitcoin, what they're telling you is the shorters are forced to buy because they're so scared now they're going to get rocked. And that's what happened to GameStop. That's the whole thing. When everyone was like, GameStop, a giant hedge firm took billions and shorted the market on GameStop. Now, there was other hedge funds behind it that were actually longing, and they destroyed this hedge fund and took it to the ground. They tried to blame it on the people. They said it was all the people doing that. There was no way. Too many people could not have done that. It was definitely hedge funds behind it. You can watch a whole story on this. The retail did jump in, and they tried to take credit for it. And, to their extent, they definitely added insult to injury, and it didn't make it easier for the shortstop to stop. But these dudes just had to cover calls knowing that they were just going to get buried. And eventually they hit liquidation points in bankruptcy. And they took out an entire hedge fund based on the shortstop of GameStop. So that's the GameStop story. That's what happened. And so I'm explaining basically what happens in the market. So what we hope for is a reverse in Bitcoin now too, because a lot of people are going to start shorting. What we want to do is we want to keep the narrative up that there's a bear market in play, and this is a double top. We kind of want them to think that, right? So we want to be like, yeah, double top for sure. It's going down to 22K, because what will happen is they'll all open huge longs. And thing is, shorters are more stubborn than long traders, in my humble opinion. They want to be right more. A long guy is like a happy guy wanting to ride up. A short is like, oh, I'm going to show this market. I know what's up. So they're more of the pain in the ass type of traders, in my humble opinion. Guys that short more. No one likes a short seller, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll short the market by all means. Don't get me wrong. I'm not afraid to make money. I'll do whatever it takes as a trader, as a hustler. But when it comes down to it, the majority of my money is made buying bear markets and watching them rip faces off the short sellers. So I love watching short sellers get liquidated. It's my favorite thing to do in my whole life. It's like in my group, we have whale bot wrecked, and I can watch when they get rocked, and I just love tracking it. And it's like, I'm talking millions of dollars. They're getting rocked every second. And it's not fun to watch people make money, to lose money. I'm not saying that. But, it's like they're shorting my livelihood. I have my majority of net worth in Bitcoin, so they're shorting the crap out of me. I got to get happy when I see them get rocked. It is what it is. So, excuse me there. So that's short selling in a nutshell. Now, how do you short sell, right? I tend not to try to teach that. When I do short, I'll show you how I short right now. I go to Bitcoin, BTC, 3S, okay, which is 3 short on KuCoin. And this is how you can short Bitcoin, all right? And so you suggest that Bitcoin will pump to the upside based on this idea. So you can see this double bottomed, and we could have traded this short. So when Bitcoin dumped, you could have traded this, basically this falling wedge here. Or actually an inverted head and shoulder too, but we'll see. See this? And it was low on the daily. Look at the 1 hour better, smaller time frame. And you can see, look, shoulder, head and shoulder, and then it broke to the upside. So you could have played this inverted head and shoulder, and as Bitcoin dumped to the downside, this will pump. So as Bitcoin goes bad, this gets better. And this makes you money. And you can actually, the thing about this is you don't have to do what I just taught you and talked about with short selling. You can basically, this is basically a long trade on the 1 hour. So this is bullish right now, sad to say, right? The 1 hour is low, right? So sad to say, it looks like, and again, if Bitcoin can't break that inverted head and shoulder on the 15-minute time frame, then we're in for some pain. So I basically am watching the 15 minutes. So what you can do is you can have 2 screens on. You flip them open. You have the 3S, which is the short. This is the short for Bitcoin. It says you're going to make 25%. Not too shabby, too. Nice gains, right? If you shorted BTC. And then we go to the 15-minute here, right? And when we look at the 15-minute, we take a look here and we just kind of watch this inverted head and shoulder. And if this thing slaps out on us, you know what I'm saying? But falls down on us and doesn't hold. You see? If this doesn't hold its position and this neckline gives way, which is so far kind of not really showing signs of too much heart, then it's yeah, I mean, we're looking at this kind of this bear pennant kind of falling back down and then dropping to the downside again. So we keep these both open. When I see this start to jump, I would jump into this short, So to my Patreons, we're watching Bitcoin very closely. This is only way I could really play it for the day right now. If I had to make a trade, I like to sit on the sidelines, but if I had to make a trade, I'm looking at Bitcoin 3S, which is a short for Bitcoin on the KuCoin exchange. It gives you 3x leverage on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes down 7%, you'll make 21%. So if Bitcoin goes down 8%, which is about the measured move here, which is the length of the pole, and then we swing that over, and we look at the price range here, and that brings us all the way down. That's about a 4% move. So if Bitcoin drops 4%, we'll end up getting 12% out of this play here on the left side, right? This is a long play. You can play it just like a bull play. Like it's a bullish play. Look, oversold on the 1 hour, looking good, right? Oversold on the 1 hour. Let's take a look at the 4 hour too. 1 hour is oversold. 15 minutes coming up, it's doing that sideways move, but the 1 hour wants to rip. You take a look at the 4 hour, it shouldn't because Bitcoin's low on the 1 hour. So this should be just a quick little dip, and that's telling you Bitcoin will get back to business on the 4 hour and the daily too. So we're watching this really, really closely. The 15-minute really is going to be the chart, in my humble opinion, that's going to give me the most information to make the decision faster than most other traders. So we're going to be watching this very, very closely. Thank you so much for being a Patreon. I'll keep you up to date. And, yeah, I'll be keeping you up to date throughout the day. And I love you all. Thank you so much for your support, your love, and for calling yourself crypto lifers. So, yeah, that's it. That's basically my assessment, and that's how I'm going to watch the market for the rest of the day. Really, there's nothing else I can give you. My strategy is pretty simple. Like, I do it over and over again, and it tends to kind of hold me down. Like, I've found my pocket in trading. You will too one day. It's a relief when you finally find a system that you're okay with. It took me a long time because I'm a very obsessive-compulsive person, and I had to chart and go back and forth on so many different things before it really worked. And so because of that, it took me a while to make sure it was something that I was really comfortable with, right? So, yeah. So that's it in a nutshell. Let's get into the super chats. I just have to be very thorough with my students, with my watchers, with everyone here. I want you to understand what's going down. I don't want to give you fluff and nutter. I don't want to be like these other YouTubers. And so there you have it, okay? There you have it in a nutshell. Really, I could die tomorrow. I feel like I gave you everything I have right now. We take a look at total, the entire market cap of cryptocurrency. Same scenario. See that inverted here on the 15-minute? Like, same scenario. Completely rocked my cup and handle. And we're in a rising wedge with a 68% chance of a break to the downside. Hoping we would break out of it, but look, break down. Measured move will bring us back down to 2.4, and we did wick all the way to $2.5 trillion. We're still in price discovery. Remember that? That was the highest we've ever been. So even though we could feel some bearish tones, that's another people when everyone says we're double topping, until we get below this low on total, these people have no idea what they're talking about. So there's a lot of people that are charting Bitcoin, but they're not charting the total market cap. So they have no idea what they're talking about because we're still in price discovery in the total market cap, right? You see that? We wicked a little bit back down to previous support right there, but we're back into price discovery. So until this kind of lowers this low, until I see the entire market cap at 3.3938, I'm not batting an eyelash at this at all. Honestly, look at the bull pennant that broke to the upside. When's the last time I saw a bull pennant just go straight up? It's going to go up. It almost did here. It's going to have to pull back a little bit, find its way, go up again, find its way, go up again till it hits the target all the way at 4.74 trillion on the way to $5 trillion market cap. So that's another sign of relief. You can breathe easy. Until we get below this high, we really have nothing to worry about. We are still in price discovery, my friends, for the entire market cap at $2.62 trillion. So don't let these naysayers, these Bitcoin freak out people get in your head. Don't let the market get in your mind. Don't read the news. Stick to your charts. Stick to your convictions. Stay strong out here, all right? Stay strong out here, all right? Mental toughness. It's about being mentally tough, all right? Mental toughness. Like, I'm going to play you a clip of one of my favorite people in the whole world, someone who guided me through so much. I didn't ever meet him, but he definitely guided me through so much. And I just feel like it's worth talking about him because he's the man. He's the man. Like mental toughness. Like, hold on.
You can consider you're assessing it just what is there
It's a tougher one. No, it would be the answer. I mean, we have the test and all that stuff, and that stuff helps.
Doc Rivers, baby.
I look at all that. You put that.
Doc Rivers.
You put your eyes.
I love this man.
You put your
Greatest man on earth, man. So smart. Greatest coach ever. When the Celtics won.
But I really, when I'm watching with my eyes, what I really watch for is their reaction to the negative.
That's great.
You know, I really pay attention
Mental
to bad calls,
toughness.
Bad shots, coaches yelling at
The
you.
reaction to the negative.
Even competition, you know, and I think that's where a lot of people miss. Watch a game that's very competitive that he played in, and a game where a kid he was playing against was getting the better of him. So that has nothing to do with a bad call or missed shots. Right. He's just getting outplayed. Where does he go? You know, does he cave in? Does he go away? Or does he go down fighting? And when you see that, you know the guy has something in him that didn't allow him to quit, that didn't allow him to give in. And you know, we always talk about we want players who never let go of the rope, and you know, and we watch that.
Yo, Doc Rivers, baby. That's who I'm trying to make all my traders. That's who I want every single one of us to be out here. No jokes aside, man. Like, the lifers will be respected. We'll become known as the wealthiest group in cryptocurrency because we will be the most disciplined, the most honest, the most respectful, the most high frequency out there. There will be no one else doing it like us. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And you know it in your hearts. We coming. We coming. Like, we coming for this industry. Like, not stopping. Like, there's no way. There's no way. Okay. Let's get back to the chats. Apologize that today, but today was one of those days. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I get emotional about Doc Rivers because the dude is the man, dude. And when we won that championship, it changed my life. Freaking Kevin Garnett, like, anything is possible. Like I get goosebumps. Like, I saw Ray Allen on the streets of Martha's Vineyard, and I went up to him. I thought about the other day. I said, man, you had so many threes. Like, I said, you were unbelievable. I said, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Like, last second, you dropped it. Like, you freaking did it. Like, you did it. Like, I said, Ray, man. And he looked at me. He was like, and I shook his hand and was like, and I got to look Ray Allen in the face and tell him, like, I thought about it just the other day. I was like, what a great memory. Like, man, like, so when I think of Doc Rivers and the passion he had for coaching, it's the same passion I have for coaching, for teaching. Mental toughness, like, and days like today are when you become mentally tough. Like, mentally tough. These guys are trying to destroy you. Like, you're going to go up and down. Like, your emotions are what's going to wreck your portfolio, not your trading. Okay? Most people get trading down. It's 80% emotions, 20% technical analysis, 20%. Where's your discipline? Where's your mental toughness? You know what I'm saying? Right? So All right. I'd like to check out MBX. Found a short video about it here. MBX. Let's take a look at MBX. Or EM or BMBX. Is this mobile coin? And then I want to put BMBX because I don't know why you did that. All right. MBX. All right. Let's take a look here. I almost teared up, but I did not. I held it back. But that's how passionate I am, and the passion shows. So I'm out here doing what I love to do. It's impossible to hold the passion back. Universal payments and rewards ecosystem. Verticals, super app, payments, incentives, marketplace, community, and swap. Mobile, Mobi explained. Yeah, MobiPay. I remember this. We've gone over this.
Cryptocurrency has the potential to change the way we use money forever. It provides enhanced privacy and security, creates freedom for banks and financial institutions, and enables effortless cross-border transactions.
Which they hate.
For this digital revolution to truly unfold and gain mass adoption, we need an easy and secure way to spend digital currencies. And
we looked at this. We love this. This is a great project. This is amazing. I really like this. MobiCoin. So MobiCoin's hot. I like what I'm seeing here from MobiCoin. And we've gone over it together. Let's take a look at it again. More. Yep. Okay. We can look at it over at PooCoin. And we're going to take a look at some fun stuff. Let's take a look at Gala. How is Gala doing? Only guiding light last night as I was about to sleep. I'm like, hey, at least there's a coin popping that I own there. Getting that momentum to the upside. How about Ubix? Ubix taking a beat down. I did put a chunk in Ubix, so I put like 6K in there. I'm down a pretty nice chunk in there. But I hold it long term. I don't stress that stuff. If it goes to zero, it goes to zero. Like, I put what I'm willing to lose. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've researched a project. I know it's faster than Phantom. Gets sharding. It's super awesome. So highly unlikely, but you never know. MobiPay looking good. It's kind of in a bit of a cup and handle here, right? As this could be a bit of a cup coming back down. Interesting. Sorry, PooCoin. I have to make things a little smaller than normal. I apologize for that. Oh, I turned it off, right? Yeah. How many people we got watching? 271 people watching, 186 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. So MobiPay at 1 cent and 6 tenths of a cent at $63 million market cap. I would like you to check out MBX. Found a short video about it here. I think it's hot. I like the project. I like the website. NFT gaming is really going to push it to the side for a while. But eventually a coin like this could take some precedence. So it's interesting. It's interesting. And the chart's not too bad, right? So some fundamental, some technical, and but do your own research for sure. Do whatever makes you happy, right? I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say here is financial advice, as it says on the screen. Grace, you asked what he was talking about longs and short. He's talking about leverage trading on something like Bybit or Femex. No, today was an all-out clinic. We did a clinic today. I mean, you could take parts of this video out, and literally we could turn it into a teaching course. Check out Ripple Twitter page. They just put out a regulation article. Interesting thing. Interesting. Yo, Sam, can you check out Chainlink when you have a chance? Hope you have an awesome day. Shout out to Jordan Kazio. Let's take a look at Chainlink for my dude. And honestly, I realize if people leave and they put out a super, they can always come back to the timestamp, which my timestamp amazing person does. I appreciate you so much. And then they can actually, so even if you put out something and I don't do it in time, you can always come back and check it out an hour later or on your own time. It's on demand. It's VOD, so it's kind of nice. There's a VOD charting waiting for you whenever you want. Pretty nice. Yo, Sam, can you check out Chainlink when you have a chance? Now, you don't get that full emotional feeling of being here live. I mean, that you can't buy that, right? Yeah, that's why people come to the live, because it's unlike any other stream. I'm giving you real emotions. You feel it. You touch it. Like, when you end the stream, you feel like you were watching a movie or something. You're like, wow, what the hell was that? Like I like this dude. I feel like I know this dude, but he's only on the screen, but I know him. Like, I know him because he shared so much of himself that how could I not know him? It's impossible. Like, either he's the greatest con man on the earth. Like, a friend of mine that met me through the channel, he said to me, he's like, I try to figure you out. He's like, either you were just the greatest con man on earth. He's like, oh, you were really that real? He's like, I had my doubts. He's like, he's like, so I had to meet you in person. He's like, once I met you in person and I got to know you and your family, it just like, you know, it's funny, man. It's funny because you know why? There's so many people out there that aren't genuine. They just aren't. And so when you meet someone that's genuine, it's kind of like, even everywhere, you're always like, yeah, nobody's that nice. Like, and I'm like, dude, I could die tomorrow. Like maybe I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody thinks, like, a lot of people don't realize the seriousness of this life they're in. They don't realize the minutes that are passing by and the connections of those time frames. And, you know, I thought this morning, like, if everyone passes away, you completely forget about debt you owe, you know, homework that isn't due, you know, charts or, you know, positions that you were in that went down. If someone in your family passes away, like, you forget about all that stuff. Like, and you realize how important everything really is. And you're just like, oh my God, like, why was I stressed out about things that weren't even important to me? Like, and it really puts things in perspective. It's sad when people pass away, but you know what? It's needed, and it really always puts us back. It's a reset. It's a reset for all of us that are still living to realize that we are chasing so much nonsense out here, and it's really about the love and the beauty and the people that we're around and the memories we can create and the energy that we leave with each other. So here's Chainlink. I still see Chainlink getting up to $84. It's doing its thing. This could even open up. You could see this open up a little bit, and you could see it come down a little bit more. Right now, it's holding a very nice level of 29, right? Went to a high of, 37, came back down. It could bounce off 24. I'd watch 29 at 24 if it can't hold 29. The daily's getting oversold again, though, and it's still in a pennant. I think this was a reshake to get the longs out, the leverage longs out, and maybe ready for more. So, Chainlink, really just, you know, getting oversold. An oldie but a goodie, man. Chainlink. It's almost like a grandpa coin at this point. Isn't that weird? Like, it used to be the newest, hottest thing just a year ago, and now it's like Chainlink. Like, get the dust off that. Like, put an old sweater on it and, like, give it some dentures. It's Chainlink. So funny, right? Link, USDT, still sitting in a beautiful pennant, though, with a measured move all the way up to 186% to $85. So that's what I'm looking at for Chainlink on the daily time frame. Looking pretty nice. So, okay, moving forward. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you so much for being a part of my live. Without you, I have nothing, and I know that. I will cherish each and every one of you for the rest of my life. Everyone that comes and hits that like button, everyone that comes and leaves a comment, everyone that jumps on in. As I see 270 people watching me, thank you very, very much. 215 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? And 4 people hitting the dislike button. Amazing. Amazing. Love you, haters. Thank you for the hate. Because without that hate got me going. I used to have a boss that would call me in her room. You, come in my room right now. I need to look at you. Like, and I'd be like, what? Like, are you serious? Like, this is crazy. Like, and, you know, that pain that she gave me of feeling like a little piece of nothing really pushed me to want to become my own man and start my own company and say, I'm going to be a CEO of my own company, and I'm going to show every boss that ever talked down to me, anyone that ever put me down, everyone that said anything to me. And when I have employees, I'm going to treat them like gold. When you're a CEO, you work for your employees. They don't work for you. Let's get it clear. You work for your employees. They don't work for you. Everyone that works for me right now, I'm out here working for y'all. I'm out here busting my butt for y'all. I'm out here never taking a day off for each and every one of you so I could create, hopefully, an amazing future for you. And then one day you can create your own company, you know? And so that's the idea behind it all, right? Is to just push forward every single day and not stop. Okay. Can you check out Chainlink? Awesome day. Thank you so much, Jordan Cazillo. Hey, Sammy, Cub and Handy, can you take a look at DeFi Plaza DFP2, the cheapest DEX on Ethereum? You know what's funny? My wife, I believe, brought this up to me. Didn't you, babe? You brought this up. I think they sent us an email. DeFi Plaza. Let's take a look. DeFi Plaza price is 43 cents with a 24-hour trading token at 6 cents. We're also going to look at SCAR. Valhalla came out, one on my radar for a long time. So let's take a look at it. 67 cents, DFP2. And the contract address right there too. Let's take a look at it here on Dex Tools. Pretty sure I had a Dex Tools open. DeFi Plaza. Where else can you get this puppy? Only on Uniswap. Nowhere else. Dexy Tools, baby. They're smart that they made the Matic. And when I started, they didn't have Matic tools and Phantom tools and all sorts of fun tools. Wasn't the case. You guys are spoiled now. When I walked to school in the snow, when I bought my crypto, I had to get it with one app. It was only Pancake Swap, and I couldn't bridge. I had to send it back to Binance and trade it. There was no such thing as a bridge back in the day, you young whippersnappers. I'm like a 90-year-old guy in crypto because crypto moves so fast. When I got into crypto, you could only trade Satoshis. There was no USDT pair. And that's true. Like, there was no USDT pairs in 2017. Every single trade I made was a BTC pair. If you didn't understand how to trade BTC, you were at a loss. Like, I'm telling you, it was even harder for the beginner back in 2017 to make a killing. Way harder. You had to really understand the idea of a Bitcoin pair. I had a calculator every 5 seconds. I'm going to buy this much of this, 0.015 of this, 0.01. Oh, I got it. And I was just like, but you know, it taught me how to stack Bitcoin though, didn't it? You know what I'm saying? So they threw me into the fire and I figured it out, right? Shout out to all shout out to that. I mean, amazing story. This thing is very weird. It has like really not a lot of liquidity. Very slow order book too as well. I'd watch this closely, but it is pumping to the upside. Just very wary. But let's look at the website. DeFiPlaza.net, the best deal in DeFi. Swap, earn, and stake with up to 65% less cost than Uniswap. That's what I've heard. It's probably still expensive though, so don't pay $170, just pay $40. Actually, no, just pay $170, 65%, pay less, 65% less. I mean, like $180, right, would be $90. So pay like $75. I don't know. Or no, pay like $65. It's still insane with that fee off. It's still crazy. It's not even worth it. Isn't that funny? It almost makes me not want to even talk about DeFi Plaza because with 65% less cost than Uniswap, you're still not competing with Matic. You're still not competing with Phantom. You're still not competing even with the Binance Smart Chain. Like, it's like the fees are just still absurd. Like, I can't believe I'm laughing right now, but it's so funny. Like, I'm going over this coin logically, and I'm like, oh, dude, like, the fees are still just going to slam you. It doesn't matter, right? DXY going to dip soon. Not sustainable, for sure. Super chat. MBX link in DFP2. So we took care of DFP2. I actually like the idea. It looks pretty cool. Add liquidity, staking, swap, right? Learn how to swap tokens on DeFi Plaza. Which tokens can I swap? You can swap the 15 most popular ERC20 tokens plus our own DeFi governance token. That's it? Oh, come on. All right. Let them step their game up. 400. How do they get up to a $42 million market cap? I wonder sometimes. Like, you know. Bitcoin has dominance and is affecting most coins. Just focus on Bitcoin for now. Yeah. Don't doubt the inflation trade, my friend. Right? Maybe manipulation. I don't know. It's temporary. The dollar pump. Alts will have the best gains coming. Bitcoin maybe for the short-term trades, but alts will have the highest percentage gains coming. Listen to the music. 60K support. It's unlikely we'll break 57K now. Shout out to Federico Uncle. I don't know. You never know. DeFi Plaza. Grace asked how to long or short Bitcoin. We nailed that question. I thought we actually took that to the next level. What does it mean? Link MBX. We nailed that. Shout out to Joe. Thank you for all the info. You're an amazing teacher. I am so grateful. $20 from Joe. You're the man, Joe. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, my friend. Yesterday, when the market dumped, you sent video messages and updates. It made my heart warm, and I felt that I'm not alone in this. Shout out to Classy Cladone, man. Thank you for saying that, man. You're the man, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Caldone, Mr. Caldone, or Caldone. I think I say it right now, though, right? Jalassi Cladone. Your money, amazing, Sam. Shout out to Zero Allegiance. Thank you so much. People should wonder where all the money from the bonds and stocks will end up going in an inflationary environment. Wink, wink. Yeah, you think they're going to park it in the dollar bill? No. David Patrick, I read stuff about whales from time to time. They have setbacks too, but I hear you. There seems to be a bit of a caste system. My CBC and Dream seem to be holding down regardless. Oh, that's awesome. We're going to take a look at those actually. Why not? Let's see some love in the market here. Can you do a deep dive on BABYCATE coin, please? Just listed on Coin Market Cap for the $20 super chat from Quentin Davis. Thank you so much, Quentin. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for throwing it down on a red day. You're the man, dude. I've been through what you've mentioned earlier. I just got a clean reset, and I'm way up now. All thanks to you, Sam. Respect. Shout out to Kata Sice. What up, lifers? I'm late to the live stream. Always YouTube makes me watch a 5-minute commercial on leverage trading when I sign before the live stream. Then use Brave browser. Look it. See what he just said? Look, YouTube makes him watch a 5. Okay. So check it out. Watch this. This is YouTube, right? All right. Let's check this out. Like, this is YouTube with my Brave browser shield on. Look, you go down here. I have my little shield up for this site, right? Let's go to Ross Trading and watch him for a second. And you can see, bam. I didn't have to watch anything, but watch. I'm going to select the shield off. And then let's go watch Ross on another video. And actually, wait. Or let's hit Coin Bureau. Obviously, no commercials yet for whatever reason. But if there were to be commercials, like, okay, look, stand-up desk. I just want to show you guys something, and it's related to crypto, all right? There should be an ad running for a stand-up desk. See, look, ad will end in 5 seconds. You flip the shield on, the ad disappears. You'll never watch another ad on YouTube again. And if you choose to watch an ad on YouTube, you'll get paid in basic attention token. At the bottom of all my videos, every video that I put out, there's a link. The link will take you to basic attention token. So look, hit the video. Hit the video that you're watching right now or a video before here, Fear or Greed from yesterday. Come on down. And when you take a look at it here, you're going to see that you have a link here to, right? You have Telegram, Twitter, all that fun stuff. The tutoring as well. But look, Brave browser. So the best privacy online. Browse privacy securely, privately, and ditch big tech. Okay? More, this is what you want. Okay? This is what you want. And get paid. So you'll never watch another ad again, DJ Porter Rock. I got you covered, baby. Hit that link. And if you hit that link and you do watch links, I get commission. So you'll always help the channel out every time you do decide to watch an ad if you hit this link. So I do get commission. It's a referral link back to the Brave, and they pay me in Brave every once in a while. I get a little drip in Brave to a Brave wallet that they have on file. So that would be really nice to do. And you're helping yourself out. You're helping me out. You're helping your channel out. So jump on in. Time to panic buy. That's what I'm talking about. I like hearing that. No panic selling, but there's a lot of panic buying. I definitely panic buy all the time. Panic buy. Lemon water refill. And look at SHIB in time. Just made a mess. Can you please look at the KuCoin shares? Lemon water refill. Crypto wifer. At 12 o'clock, I have to get out of here. I have to go check on a computer, and my phone broke this morning. It fell out of my... I fixed my phone last week. It was broken for a year. I fixed it last week, and it fell... I fixed it 5 days ago. It fell out. The guy put some baloney glass on there, though. I'm using Dissenter built off Brave. It only shows me commercials when I sign into YouTube. I'm doing something wrong with the commercials. I'm using Dissenter built off Brave. Just use Brave, man. Stop getting too funky with it. Why you all have to get Dissenter and get all crazy? Just use Brave browsers. Keep it easy. Could you check out Hedge on PooCoin or Coin Market Cap? BABYCATE coin from Quentin Davis. Let's take a look at BABYCATE. A deep dive on it. I mean, pump up again. You could say it's forming a nice little wedge. There you have it, like so. Break to the upside, bit of a cup and handle here, shoulder, head and shoulder, possible. And, you know, it came up for the retracement, came all the way back down to the 886. It did a healthy Fibonacci retracement as well. So, look, it came right down, even past, the 786, past that. That's very healthy. Came back up, bouncing off the 0.5 area right now. Holding the 0.5 Fibonacci. So, you know, TA plays out, says it wants to go up even more. BABYCATE. Now it has a $273,000 market. Ooh, that's not right. It's got to be bigger than that, honestly. I think it is, too. CoinMarketCap doesn't get the connection to the KuCoins too well. They tend to be off. So you're never going to be perfect. Remember that. BABYCATE is a meme token that will have utility, e.g. BABYCATE Coin Swap, NFT Marketplace, Merch Swap, Wallet, and P2E. It has a very strong community and a very hard-working team. That is a sole goal to make this successful. Come and join the BABYCATE community. Set the slippage to 12%. BABYCATE, Telegram, VChart, multiple rewards in your wallet. About BABYCATE, holding rewards, buy, back, and burn, marketing, lock liquidity. It's a KuCoin, guys. Nothing special about it. Now they created a fake utility for all these coins. 100 of them are going to come and 100 of them are going to go. There's nothing special about this one compared to all the other ones, in my humble opinion. Doesn't mean it can't pump in 10x for you. You know? CATE Coin, I wrote up. I did amazingly well. So CATE Coin was an amazing play. I appreciated it. Thank you for all the love, CATE Coin. All right. But eventually, even all these coins eventually drop to the downside. Ooh, look at that. And just speaking of BABYCATE, I have to look at my old love. But I cut it off, you know, and it is what it is. It went to almost $1 billion market cap. And I sold it right here. Look, when it came up here, I sold right there on this right shoulder, right around this area. It would go up higher. I'd be like, oh, well. And then it would go up even lower. And now it's at a giant head and shoulder. These things are just crazy. And they play with your heartstrings, too. KuCoins are insane. Like, absolutely insane. $30 super chat from CryptoCam. I've been traveling, so I've been missing the live stream. Still not missing the lifer on the daily, though. Much love to Sammy Cup and Handy. Shout out to CryptoCam for the $30 super chat. You're unbelievable. Thank you very, very much. So nice of you. Love learning. Step 1, testimonials. Step 2, book an appointment. Step 3, the Patreon. And dreams will come true. Hey, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate you more than you would ever know. Shout out to all my lifers out here on the live stream. Thank you for being here. Look at Tag Protocol pumped hard yesterday while everything was dumping. Get paid to own hashtags as NFTs, making $3,000 a month at current prices to hold a few hashtags. Look at Tag Protocol. Are you kidding me? Sounds pretty sweet. I want to get off, but people are like, you know, I have so much time on Bitcoin, you know, and like, so it's like, yeah. Maybe like 10 minutes and then we'll bounce? Yeah. All right. And so far, so good. We're holding up here. Starting to bounce. We got oversold and we didn't dump. The 50-minute could have really, really rocked us. That's the first sign of a good thing. The stochastics use movements. And see, look, down, up, massive down, right? Then look, this down, massive down. But look, this down, little down, this down, not as down as this massive down. And that already the stochastics are going there. So the stochastics are always going to oscillate. But as you get less each time, that tells you something's happening. So can we get the push up? Can we break out of this falling wedge and not dump? We are waiting and time is, but we're so far so good at 60,700. All right. Tag Protocol, write that down. This guy said he's making $3,000 a month to hold some hashtags. Huh?
Good job.
Really?
Yeah, writing it down. It's important.
I thought you were making fun of me.
No.
I don't know. I never know when my wife's making fun of me. She jokes with me too much that, like, some days I don't know when she's just playing with me. Ori above a $27 million market cap again, baby. Ori banging on him on another day. You know what? The news for Ori, people are FOMOing in for NFT gaming behind the scenes of this Bitcoin dump. And it tells me that the market is strong. In a bear market, you see all just nastiness. Now, look at this flag for ORE. We dumped down, flew back up. I mean, this thing is getting bought back up hard. And now we take a look at the 15-minute. You hear the wow in the background. We got a nice observer here. Really like to see that chart. It blew this person away over here. Look, shoulder, head, and shoulder 2 forming. Can we get a nice push up for ORE back to all-time highs? If this moves up, getting nice consolidation here for ORE, and we can make it back to the all-time high. I'm very happy to hold ORE. We got in a $3 million market cap. Remember that. 3.1 or something. I might even have bought a bag at like 1.8. I bought a tiny bag at 1.8 because I just was like, that's just absurd. So I've 20x, like a tiny bit of money, and I've 8x a large chunk of money. I wrote it all the way up to 35 as well. Everyone knows the story in the group. I'm not going to tout it. If you're a Patreon, you get it, right? I don't have to flaunt it, but 50 B&Bs in 2 days. But anyway, it is the story morning glory. Shout out to everyone here. Doesn't happen every day. What a beautiful Saturday that was. I cried in my living room. But total supply. So I'm still running ORE, and I'm ready to rock it to the end, baby. So let's do it. Let's do it. Forming that cup and handle. Look at that beautiful bowl. I mean, that's like looking absolutely scrumptious. Let's actually take the look of this. This will be the measured move. This whole length of this leg out here. ORE to the good side. Look at that. Another leg to the upside for ORE. And not doing a dang thing while the market kind of starts to bug out. And I tweet that out. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. You just might get ORE in your inbox or flying at you. So follow me at CryptoLifer33. Retweet that, guys. Not enough of you out there on Twitter sending that love. Hook me up. We're trying to get to 3,000 followers on Twitter. We're getting close. Where are we at now? 2,910. About to crack 3,000 followers on Twitter. Help me out, and we'll get to 10, and then we can keep it moving. Alzheimer's vaccine, a step closer. Reverses memory loss. That'd be pretty cool, though, right? For a lot of people that get stuck in. Can we close on Panic Seller Song? Mr. Smurfington. Join the Patreon group. Don't miss out. We probably get a copyright infringement. We could do it. We could do it.
No, I don't want to get a copyright infringement.
Lifer is the head of the family, but Wifer is the neck, and she can turn the head any way she wants. I got Ryoshi Vision. She just grabbed my hand. I was like, who's doing that? What's happening? I got Ryoshi Vision. Tokens for my staking my SHIB. It wouldn't cost me 75 ETH to withdraw 100 worth. It would cost me 75 ETH to withdraw 100 worth of Ryoshi. That's why it's like, stake on this new coin. I'm like, I don't want to stake anything on the Ethereum mainnet because anything I get, I'm gonna have to pay so hard to get out. It's like being caught in prison when your money's stuck on the Ethereum mainnet, literally.
Do you have any more super chats to go?
Lemon water refill hedge. Someone asking about hedge over on PooCoin. Oh, that was a big project. Hedge board. That thing is huge. That actually is connected to another project, right? Someone help me with that. Hedge board. Hedge board looked like a big deal. What project was that attached to? Forming a bit of a flag, but wow, the PooCoins don't really care about this Bitcoin debt. They really don't. People aren't going to run and sell their PooCoins. Just doesn't happen. There is hedge looking pretty nice. Let's take a look at Altura ALU real quick. Got to see what Altura is doing. Holding the $326 million market cap. What did it do? What are you doing, Altura? You know, just like everything else, that's really nice consolidation for Altura. That tells you it's going to eventually fly, right? I mean, look at that. Forming a beautiful pennant, getting ready for its next leg to the upside. It's also a bit of a bowl if we bowl it on out. And honestly, these things do kind of like really primitive inverted head and shoulders. But it's a bit of a bowl for sure, right? Look at that. And more. All the way to 64. We got in at 13. That would be a nice 5x. banging on them. So can we do them? Altura, one of the greatest projects in the NFT space, in my humble opinion. So let's take a look at Shiba Inu for my man with the lemon water idea. SHIB up on the game. And look, it's battling the inverted. Everything is basically, you really don't have to look at any other coin right now. You just got to watch Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks out of that 15-minute hole, every coin's going to break out of the 15-minute hole. Great thing about SHIB is triple bottoming. I mean, look at that. That's a triple bottom. And you know who taught me the triple bottom? The first person to ever really teach it to me? Crypto Love. He was like, this is the triple bottom, and this is what happens. And I was like, wow, Crypto Love. Sorry, that tool got stuck. Definitely a little calmer energy today, kind of getting everyone through the insane times, right? When you're here every day, some days aren't perfect. So look at this. I got this inverted head and shoulder for SHIB. We fell out the right side. Bouncing back again, though. Look, bounce, bounce, bounce. We're still at the 618, holding it down right now. And look, nothing has changed about the hidden bullish divergence. On the daily time frame, we still have swing up to swing up, with swing down to swing down. See that? On the RSI. Which tells me that the trend will continue to the upside, and we're oversold on the daily time frame. I mean, this is where you scoop, right? So look, we could delete everything. We can start fresh, because I know you guys are like, that's a lot. And look, it's starting to flat on out, and it's bowling out. Like, you can tell when things start, when the angle starts getting less sharp, it's telling you that it's starting to kind of probably get its way, starting to do something. It's simple. It's like math. It's like it would keep going more angle to the downside if it was bearish. How does that, once the math angle starts to change, it's telling you something. I'm strong on SHIB. I have my bag of SHIB. I wouldn't touch it. I believe it's going to rip not too long from now based off of the technical analysis and nothing else, right? I don't know what's going to happen. Do I know what's going to happen to SHIB? No. But the TA says we ready to rock up 112% gains for SHIB, all right? It's bounced very nicely off support twice now, which is a Fibonacci level, which we showed you and pulled. And now it's sitting at the 618 again. Right there, it's at the 618, it's basically in the golden pocket right now. Bounce off the 706. So again, SHIB looking tasty to me on the daily time frame. Okay. Oh, come on. Bear with me here. Okay. Moving forward, let's take a look at these here. I'm going to have to call it in like 10 more minutes. Can you please look at the KuCoin share chart? Let's look at KuCoin shares. I'm actually very interested in it too. I sold at 17. I knew it would probably end up going up, but I was happy. I held it for 4 years. It was what it was. I paid off some debt. Yeah, could have kept holding all the way. Was it a good idea, do you care? Or should I have held it all the way?
You never know what all the way is.
Exactly. So it's like you do what you got to do, right? Yeah. My target for it is all the way up here, though, at 32. Take a little bit of a hit, but really not too bad, really. Like that wick that it got bought back up from. So what you do, this is the trick that most people don't know, is you pull your pattern, and then if it breaks back into the pattern, you just act like this never happened. So you just kind of erase this. All right? You erase that, which is funny. So like that, you just act like it never happened, and it's gone, right? Just zero it right out and play it like it's a regular pennant again. You see what I'm saying? This is a skill that I've been learning in the last 4 or 5 months really, really hardcore. How to negate what happened before and continue on with the trade as if it never happened, right? And because Bitcoin does this, but then everything's right back to normal. Look, KuCoin shares is in a bull pennant, low on the 4 hour, and not letting Bitcoin frazzle you when you're in a trade. So this coin looks very strong right now. If we stick to the 4 hour, you can see it's hard. It's doing its thing. And so I see it getting to the target at 32. So KuCoin shares looking tough. You know what I'm saying? Holding strong. I want to say no muff too tough. I have funny jokes in my head, but certain things I just can't say them. I just can't say them. But I would love to say them. Like, I should just say whatever I want. Sorry, it's doing that thing where I always post the wrong chart for a second. Let me fix that. Oh, come on. 2 times in a row. I need a team. Like, I need someone posting these for me. Like, I need someone, I send them the links and they make it nice and neat with some details. I want someone to work with me during the live when I'm posting stuff to keep it clean. If anyone wants to help me, man, I need a little bit of help. Okay. Oh, there's a crying baby now in the house.
Well, I don't want to take her upstairs because of the smell.
Oh, can you please look at KuCoin share? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Let's go ORE. Hell yeah. Heck yes. Join the Patreon group. Don't miss out. Shout out to Crypto Kid. Can we close on the Panic Seller song? I'm doing a Chan as well. I need help. Crypto SpaceX. I'm down. The money's coming. We can help each other. Crypto SpaceX. It's one of the safest plays you can make other than Bitcoin. ORE, double bottom on the 1 hour. I have quite a bit in Crow. I like a lot. Yeah, Crow's hot. And they're coming out. They have a CRONASWAP today, dude. No one even knows about this. Like, this is under the wraps. CRONASWAP. Crow comes out with their first swap. A growing network of DeFi apps swap, earn, and build on the leading decentralized crypto trading protocol. Crona makes our world go round. Crona takes the heart of CRONASWAP ecosystem. Buy it, win it, farm it, spend it, stake it. Heck, you could even vote with it. Buy Crona. A group of DeFi apps. Launch protocol, swap, farm, bridge, and chart. Any swap. Kronos Bridge. Dude, what I love about it is they're all making more and more swaps. You can swap anything to anything. Look, router from here to there. Look, ETH mainnet. Wow, look at this. Phantom mainnet, Matic mainnet, Hero, AVAX, XDAI, Arbitrum, KuCoin shares, One, Mover. Dude, this is it. They've done it. They've done it. Look, I can bridge anything I want, babe. Oh my God, I'm going to include this in the DeFi class. Every time I find something else, it makes the class even better.
Is this a swap that includes everything?
Yeah.
Does it have a coin?
Yeah, it's probably the Chrono.
So then that's the coin to buy, right?
I mean, there's 100 coins to buy. And you tell me I can't buy every coin anymore.
No, but this
There's
one
always another one to buy.
excited
If you watch the live stream, I'm going to be excited about 100 coins today. So many. Look, Ping, Sonar, so many awesome coins.
we gotta go.
I'm looking for a paid gig Monday through Friday, 8 to 10:30. I also enjoy alphabetizing my timestamps. Oh my God. If we had alphabetized timestamps, I said that yesterday on the live, because then they could go through like the coins exactly down the line.
I mean,
Alexander Gustav. I mean, I got a good guy right now who really needs the money. Super Chats, DeFi Plaza, Solana, RFOX, Illuvium, Sand, KuCoin Sharks, and Hedge on KuCoin. I'll do Solana and RFOX and Illuvium, and then I'm out of here. I'll do it faster than fast. Watch this. I'll be the Speedy Gonzalez of trading. Solana. Look at Solana right now. We see it formed a falling wedge, but what happened? It broke out of the falling wedge, broke back into the falling wedge. Falling wedge is still exactly the way you want it. We did get stopped out. Almost everyone got stopped out. That's what happens in these insane times. Also, you could look at it as an emerging cup and handle like we talk about many, many times over. No, you're not watching this at 3 times speed. I'm actually talking at 17 times speed. So look, this is an emerging cup and handle coming to the upside, and then Solana's coming back down. Look, resistance, 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 and it's bouncing off that resistance. It also had resistance right there. That is your support. Strong support for Solana. Could possibly be a bottom at 219. Already bounced off that up to 225. Now you can keep it here too at the support and resistance line if you're going to hold that. Now it's oversold on the 4 hour, also oversold on the 1 hour. Wants to come on down. Let's take a look at the daily. Daily and the 4 hour, the big boys, they're both oversold, ready to rock for you. So just wait for that 1 hour to kind of reset, find its way. I put an alert down here, and Solana's ready to rock for another leg to the upside. Where is the measure move for Solana? We can show you here on the daily time frame. Let's flip it right now, and I'll show you. We got the whole length of this leg, really, and we're actually getting to the target that I set a long time ago. We're on our way to 333. Once we get there, we can talk about our next target. 333 for Solana is my target. Wait for the 1 hour to come on down, and I believe we're at a pretty nice entry. Again, don't do anything I say on this channel. None of this is financial advice. That is Solana in a handbasket. Let's take a look at RedFox for you too real quick on KuCoin. RedFox, one of my big gainers, came out from the low, bounced on the daily time frame, came back just because of Bitcoin's dumpage, but is respecting a support and resistance line and is respecting the entry, which we started to get into RedFox here at 11. It's down at 13. We started looking at RedFox down here at, what was it, 3 and 2 cents. It's already done a 4x from here. I see it going all the way up here to 34 cents. It has a deal. It's in there with the metaverse. Again, another coin that you could say it broke out and it's just retesting top trend line. Let's take a look at market structure on the 4 hours. You can see what's going on. It's retesting the top of the trend line. That's just basically a healthy retest for RedFox. Again, probably the 1 hour is high like everything else. It is. No, actually pushing up to the upside. Wow. If I look at RedFox now, look, it's in a falling wedge here. Still breaking out. This is actually one of the most bullish charts of the day. So RedFox, I'm actually going to slap this out there. I like what RedFox is doing. Look at that. Bit of a cup and handle for RedFox as well. Look at that. I see RedFox blasting all the way up to its target. Watch RedFox closely. Very, very closely. $159% gains out of RedFox cup and handle, moving to the upside. This thing is moving. A lot of people like it, and it really lacked no momentum. About to get a MACD cross here on the 1 hour, and looking pretty good. Let's look at the daily, though. I didn't look at the daily. Daily has momentum. Daily has momentum. 4 hours ready to rock. 1 hour's in your favor. So, wow. Probably one of the hottest plays of the day. If I had to do anything, it would be RedFox. Again, not financial advice, but I like what I'm seeing. I like what the technical analysis is giving me for RedFox. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. I'm sorry if I missed a super chat. I will get to it tomorrow, or if you're a Patreon, jump on into the Patreon, send a message. Maybe we'll send in something, one of my admins or one of us can get to it as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. We'll take a look at Bitcoin right before I get out of here. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Just want to make sure I post this before I'm out of here. Okay, sorry. Now I want to just take a look at Bitcoin, making some funny faces. I get nervous when people watch me. It's an old thing from work. So Bitcoin, still watching that 15-minute, and we're just kind of like sideways flagging here. You got to give us something, Bitcoin. You got to give us something. You got to break above this level. So like Bitcoin, we got to get a high above 61,400. You tell them about the stove? I just don't want you yet. So all eyes on that idea, and there's really nothing else we can go on, and pay attention to that for the rest of the day, and then watch other alts, and we'll keep you updated in the Patreon, and that's why people join the Patreon. We'll see you guys on the next live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next live. Peace. Crypto is life.